Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am so genuinely glad you're here today. We are going to talk, like trusted colleagues, about the raw, unfiltered reality of managing a retail floor. Look, if you're the person who holds the keys, the one who opens the store before the sun even comes up, and you're the one actually dealing with the daily chaos on the ground, this is specifically for you. We're pulling directly from Built from the Aisles Up, a retail leadership survival guide focusing right in on Chapter 2, which is titled Plans Change at the Door. And hey, we aren't going to use any corporate jargon today. No boardroom theories, definitely no talk of synergizing or paradigm shifts. We are getting right down to the linoleum to talk about the actual sweat, stress, and noise of running a shift. So let's dive into this. All right, let's just start with a hard truth. Your agenda, it doesn't matter. Well, at least not at first. Think about your routine this morning. You know the drill. You might have been sitting in your car in that empty parking lot, sipping your coffee while the engine idled, just kind of looking over your clipboard or your notebook. You had this meticulous plan in your head. You knew exactly what aisles needed deep recovery, who was going on break at exactly 10:15, and what seasonal end caps absolutely had to be built before the afternoon rush. It felt organized, right? It felt manageable. But the second you unlocked those sliding glass doors, walked into the building, and heard the hum of the fluorescent lights, it might have all just gone right out the window. Maybe two cashiers called out sick, maybe the delivery truck showed up 3 hours early, and the source text is super clear about this. That is entirely okay. It is literally the reality of the job. The retail floor is a living, breathing thing, and trust me, it absolutely does not care about your to-do list.
Section 1. The Pivot Over the Panic, Adapting to the Chaos.
So if your perfectly crafted plan goes out the window at 7:01 a.m., what happens next? Let's explore that crazy tension between freaking out when the plan breaks and learning how to actually adapt. This is the exact moment where average managers kind of break down and great leaders step up. Because let's be real, it is incredibly easy to let the stress of a shattered plan overwhelm you. Your heart rate spikes, you look down at your clipboard, and you feel like you've already lost the day before it even begins. You basically have two choices here. On one side, you have panic. Panic is losing your direction entirely. It's letting the chaos drag you by the collar so that by, say, 3 p.m., you are just exhausted. You've been running around putting out fires all day, and you haven't accomplished a single proactive thing you originally set out to do. On the flip side, we have the pivot. Pivoting means adapting without losing your direction. The best leaders survive because they understand that true leadership means handling the unexpected without completely surrendering the steering wheel. You still know north is north, even if you have to take a massive, chaotic detour through the morning to get there.
Moving on to Section 2, a real retail story, straight from the trenches.
Let's look at an example straight from the trenches. Because we all know corporate case studies written in pristine offices rarely reflect what happens when an actual, upset customer is standing right in front of you. In this story from our source material, the manager walks in for the morning shift, totally ready to reset the floor. And if you've been there, you know that a floor reset is a massive, physical, time-consuming job. It means moving heavy gondolas, tearing down old signage, printing new tags, dusting shelves, the whole shebang. It requires intense focus. But almost immediately, boom, an interruption happens. A customer needs attention on an issue that has to be resolved right then and there. It's urgent, it's loud, and it demands full focus. Now, a weaker manager, they might let this derail the entire shift. They might complain that they never have time to do their job and just completely give up on the reset. But look at the action taken here. The manager adjusted. They handled the customer issue completely, professionally, and empathetically. And then, and honestly, this is the magic part, they circle back. They return to the original plan and still manage to finish the floor reset by lunch.
Which brings us to Section 3. Flexibility is not forgetting, adjusting your path.
Let's really unpack the crucial lesson hidden in that morning floor reset. I mean, it sounds simple enough, but in the heat of a busy shift with your earpiece crackling every 10 seconds with a new problem, it is incredibly profound. The key here is understanding the stark difference between two vital concepts, flexibility and forgetting. Flexibility is adjusting the path. It means taking that detour we talked about to help the customer. Forgetting, though, that is abandoning the purpose entirely. Yes, you absolutely have to handle what is urgent. When a register goes down, or a massive spill happens in aisle 4, or a customer is deeply upset about a return, you have to put out the fire. That is literally your job. You can't just ignore them because you have a seasonal display to build. But the true test of your leadership is what you do the very minute the smoke clears. You must get back to what you originally came to do. Don't let the fire dictate your entire existence on the floor. Section 4, your Tuesday morning reality. When plans derail.
Now, let's talk about how you can actually apply this concept on a random, chaotic Tuesday morning. Not a holiday rush, not a massive grand opening, just a regular old Tuesday, when you're suddenly short-staffed, the scanner system is lagging, and literally nothing seems to be going your way. I want you to really think about this for a second. Picture the exact moment your own plan derailed this week. Picture the specific aisle you were standing in. Picture the interruption, the exact sound of the store in that moment, and picture exactly how it felt in your gut. Okay, do you have that moment in your head? Good. We all have them. The question isn't whether your Tuesday will go sideways. The question is how you react when it does.
Tomorrow morning, when things inevitably go sideways, because they will, I want you to remember these two extremely straightforward steps. Step 1, put out the fire. Handle the urgent customer, fix the register tape, clean up the spill, do what has to be done immediately, with complete focus and professionalism. Be fully present in that emergency, but then vigorously enforce step 2. Get back to what you came to do. This requires serious discipline, guys. It requires taking a deep breath, looking back at that clipboard you had in your car, and deliberately, consciously returning to your main objective for the day. Step 1 makes you a good employee. Step 2, that makes you a leader. Section 5, adjust path, not purpose. The final takeaway. To bring this all together into a final takeaway you can actually carry on your clipboard or just keep in the back of your mind as you walk the floor, the authors distill all of this down into one punchy, memorable survival tip right at the very end of the chapter. We've talked through the realities of the floor, the timeline of a completely derailed morning, and the immense danger of forgetting your purpose when the chaos inevitably hits. And here it is. Stay flexible, not forgetful. Adjust your path, not your purpose. I just love how grounded that is. It completely honors the reality that you will be interrupted, but it holds you entirely accountable to your goals. You can't control the chaos, but you absolutely can control your return to the mission. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought as you head into your next shift. Are you just putting out fires today, letting the loudest problem dictate your entire schedule, or are you staying flexible enough to actually achieve your purpose by the time you lock those doors tonight? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, good luck out there on the floor.